Imagine being disowned by your own parents over a lie your sibling told, and then being the one who saves them when they're in danger. This is my story. I guess it all started with Monica. You know, that one sibling who somehow makes your parents forget you exist? Yeah, that Monica. She had a way of twisting stories that made her look like an angel and me like a walking disaster. In reality, I was the responsible one. Straight A's, science fairs, med school acceptance letters stacked like pancakes on Sunday morning. But apparently, being responsible is boring, and being dramatic is what gets you attention. One day, out of nowhere, my phone rang. It was Mom, her voice trembling like she'd just seen a ghost. "Irene, is it true you dropped out of school?" My jaw dropped. I laughed at first, thinking maybe she's joking. But no, Monica had already spun her tale. I quit med school, wasted my life, embarrassed the family. Every warning, every nag, every piece of advice I'd ignored in her twisted imagination, boom, all gone. I tried calling Monica, no answer. I tried explaining to Mom and Dad, no chance. The line went dead. And that's when it hit me. The truth doesn't matter when the lie is juicier. I stared at my phone thinking, what the hell am I going to do now? So there I was, 32 years old, and 5 years ago, I officially became no one's daughter. Calls blocked, emails ignored, letters returned like bad Amazon packages. I was basically a ghost in my own family's life. And Monica? Oh, she was thriving, the golden child, the one who never had to answer for anything. Meanwhile, I was scrambling through life like a squirrel on espresso, trying to survive med school without a single cheerleader in the stands. I told myself, okay, you can't change the past, but you can still control the future. I dug in. I worked crazy hours, ate hospital cafeteria leftovers like a budget-conscious food critic, and memorized anatomy like it owed me money. My only anchor, Sarah, my best friend and roommate, who was battling stage 4 cancer and needed me more than my own parents ever did. Helping her kept me sane. Here's the kicker. While I was juggling life, med school, and a dying friend, Monica made a move I didn't see coming. She called our parents, told them I was a failure, that I'd dropped out, that I'd abandoned them. Every tiny shred of truth I'd tried to send, they ignored it. And just like that, my life got rewritten into a cautionary tale. I sat in Sarah's hospital room, phone in hand, $46 in my account, thinking, I'm officially cut off. But what happens when life decides to test me in a way even Monica can't lie about? Fast forward a few years. No family support, no safety net, but I was climbing, slow, painful, and brick by brick. Med school didn't care about your heartbreak, and neither did residency. Anatomy exams? Brutal. Overnight clinicals? Worse. But I had a fire Sarah had lit before she passed. She believed in me when no one else did, and that became my fuel. Residency was a grind. 12-hour shifts, mountains of patient charts, and yes, lots of hospital cafeteria mystery meat. But it worked. Every procedure, every late-night code, every hand I held through fear or pain reminded me, you're here for a reason. I wasn't doing it to prove anything to Hartford or Monica. I was doing it for me and for Sarah, who couldn't fight anymore. Meanwhile, Monica, she kept up the charade, checked in occasionally, not because she cared, but because she was keeping the story alive, told people I'd abandoned them, twisted reality like it was a yoga class. She didn't have to try too hard. My parents had been trained to believe her over me. But life has a funny way of serving justice, and the twist? It was heading straight down I-91 in a sedan that was about to crash into my life. The call came at 3 a.m., a level 1 trauma, single female, unconscious. I glanced at the patient name on the iPad, and my stomach did a slow drop. No way. It can't be. I badge into the trauma bay.
The patient's chart flickers on the iPad. Monica Dulett. My sister. My blood runs cold, but there's no time to hesitate. The ambulance doors burst open, paramedics shouting vitals, blood on her shirt, oxygen mask fogging. Behind them, my parents, pale, frantic, like deer caught in headlights. I step forward, scrub cap on, gloves ready. The surgeon in me takes over. No tears, no hesitation, just scalpel, sutures, and a life hanging in the balance. Ruptured spleen, liver laceration, internal bleeding. Every move precise, every decision critical. The residents watch in awe as I rebuild her from the inside out. 3 hours and 40 minutes later, vitals stable. She's alive. Now comes the moment I've rehearsed 1,000 times in my head, facing my parents. They're in the waiting room, desperate, scared. I walk in, badge visible. Dr. Irene Ouellette, Chief of Trauma Surgery. Dad freezes. Mom gasps. Recognition floods their faces, but the truth, that's going to hit slower than they expect. 5 years of blocked calls, returned letters, ignored emails, all of it boils down to this one moment. My parents finally see me, but will they understand the truth? Or will Monica's lies still have a hold? I watch my parents' faces slowly process what's in front of them. Mom's hands shake, clutching the back of a chair. Dad's jaw tight, knuckles white. 5 years of assumptions, silence, and Monica's lies collide all at once. I let the silence do the work. No lectures, no yelling, just facts. Letters, emails, calls, they ignored them. Proof is proof. Monica, lying in the hospital bed, finally realizes she can't spin this. She pivots, tries to cry victim, but it's too late. Aunt Ruth steps in, holding screenshots, PDFs, graduation photos, everything. Mom reads, gasps, and finally the truth lands like a sledgehammer. I'm not just the daughter they thought they lost. I'm the surgeon who just saved their other daughter. Irony? Oh, it's delicious. I take a step back, letting them process. No hugs, no forced forgiveness, just the truth out in the open. Monica will have to face the consequences of her lies. And me? I keep building the life I earned. A husband who makes me laugh, a home that's mine, a career that saved lives, including hers. Sometimes the greatest revenge isn't anger, it's showing up, excelling, living your truth, and letting the chips fall where they may. And in my case, the chips fell on a surgical tray. If this story helped you in any way, consider subscribing for more such content as we upload new stories daily.